Welcome into the Birds of the Roundtable. If you guys were here last week, surely you were. Surely you wouldn't be skipping a show just because it's the off season. You heard our Eagles defense stay or go edition. We're going to go through the offense today, and since that's going to be really short, we're then going to transition to a live 4-round mock draft. Each of us is going to draft under a certain scenario for the Eagles, and we're going to see how that plays out. So we're going to dive in, joined by all the guys tonight. We've got Dibes, Ryan, and David. You guys give them follows on Twitter, but we're going to dive right in. And so we'll start with a position that's maybe a little bit up in the air. Dibes, Jalen Hurts, stay or go?
Stay.
Ryan?
Well, it's a tough one, man. I mean, how many articles have been written about, how much dead cap hit money Jalen would be, but I think we can keep him around for at least one more year.
All right. David?
Stay.
Yep. All right, so Jalen Hurts is here to stay. This one is a little interesting, though. What about DeAndre Swift? Not the best draft class for running backs, not necessarily. There might be some guys in free agency. The Eagles don't have a lot at running back right now. I think it's just Kenny Gainwell under contract for next year. So, Ryan, DeAndre Swift, stay or go?
Oh, he's got to stay because, one, Howie's not going to spend a lot of money on a running back. So all the King Henry talk that people are floating around Twitter, settle down. It's not happening. Cheap option, somebody who can come in and do exactly what you need. Why not? And no Kenny Gainwell for crying out loud.
All right, David, what do you think? Is DeAndre Swift going to be on this football team?
I will say no because I think he wants a 3 or 4 year deal. So, and Howie just does not give running backs 3 or 4 year deals. I mean, I would say it's more likely they do try to get a veteran on a 1 year deal and then draft one that'll last for the next 4 seasons.
Yeah, I'm kind of with David on this one. I would like to see Swift back. I would love to see him in the Kellen Moore offense. I just don't think it's Howie's track record. So I think the only way it works out is if Swift wants to take a 2-year deal that's, $4 million a year or something like that. And running backs need to go maximize their value. And I don't think he's going to get that in Philly. So I think he'll go. Dibes, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, Kenny Gainwell's staying, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And I think there's some really nice kind of guys that would fit next to Kenny Gainwell in this draft. I want to get a controllable running back in this draft. I expect Kenny Gainwell to be outside of what Howie's willing to go, just like Miles Sanders a year ago. So for me, I think he's going. But like you said, Shane, if you want a running back that fits Kellen Moore, like DeAndre Swift can do a lot of things that we would want maybe out of like a Tony Pollard in Dallas in 2022. So I want him to stay, but I don't think he will.
Who's a free agent too, Pollard.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What about Kenny Gainwell? I mean, I think thumbs up. Everybody thinks Gainwell's staying. He's only running back under contract. I can't imagine he's going to get cut. Ryan's giving us a frowny face, being grumpy, doing thumbs down. So Ryan says Kenny Gainwell is out of here. Let's move on to receivers. A.J. Brown, stay or go? David?
Yes. He's staying.
Yeah, absolutely. He's staying. Around the board here.
Yeah,
Dibes, are you not going to be the dissenting vote, are you?
No, he's staying. Is grass green? Come on. Let's go.
All right. Devontae Smith, not only is he staying, I think the real question is that extension going to drop in early March? Because I kind of expect that. I kind of expect them to extend Devontae Smith. He is eligible now after playing his first 3 seasons. They still control his rights for 2 more years via the 5th-year option. But I think they'll try to work out that extension with Devontae Smith sooner or later. Dibes, stay or go?
I think the bigger question is who gets extended first, Dickerson or Devontae. That'll be an interesting thing to watch. But Devontae's staying. He's going nowhere.
Yeah. All right, Ryan?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a great point, Dibes. Dickerson and Devontae. It's going to be a race to see which one gets their money first. But hopefully they both get them, and they both happen early in the off season, because we need to get some money to sign some people in there.
Yeah. David?
Yeah, yeah. And I think he'll get extended first, because how he can play around with that 5th-year option with the extension as far as shuffling the money around a little bit more. So I think he might see him first too.
Yeah. All right. Comment coming in here from Mike on YouTube asks, do you think Gainwell was good? I'm assuming in 2023. And if no, why? He's a better pass protector than DeAndre Swift. He's not a better runner, and he's not a better pass catcher, in my opinion. So I think that's why you primarily saw him as a pass blocker. But anybody else have thoughts on that?
To be fair, the Eagles demanded so little out of their running backs last year. So that's got to change in 2023. So I do think there's a lot more that we can get out of Gainwell with Kellen Moore. But yeah, between the 20s, Gainwell was great. I have no problems with Gainwell there. There were a lot of frustrations with Gainwell getting the ball in crucial moments in such big situations. And that was one of the downfalls of the Eagles this season, just situational play calling, failure to execute, things like that. And some of that was Gainwell. So he's going to be back. I think he's on his final year, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, they might as well run him into the ground this year, because they're not going to re-sign him. So,
nope.
Okay, keeping it going here with wide receivers. Let's go Olamide Zaccheaus. Stay or go, David?
Go.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although I wouldn't hate to see Olamide Zaccheaus back on like a minimum deal. They're going to have to get some wide receivers. They currently only have 3 under contract, and out of the guys that are on expiring contracts, he's the most palatable. But
I'd actually like to see Covey get the reps that were going to him, quite honestly. So
yeah,
and I'm interested to see how he looks. He works out with Puka, however you say his last name,
Nacua.
Yeah, they work out together every offseason. So I don't know. I think Covey has a little bit of untapped potential there.
Yeah. All right. Dibes. Olamide Zaccheaus, stay or go?
He's gone, man. The Eagles have to get younger at this position. I have one of the more fun scenarios in our mock draft in just a little bit. Maybe we double dip at wide receiver. We'll see.
All right. The people will like that, except then you're not going to be drafting cornerbacks, so maybe they won't. Ryan, Olamide Zaccheaus, stay or go?
Yeah, I would say there's probably no chance that Helly comes back. But if you're going to re-sign a guy like that, please make him like your 5th wide receiver. I mean, for the love of God, bring in somebody else for Jesus. I mean, the wide receivers after Smith and Brown are non-existent. Awful.
Yeah. All right. Quez Watkins, we don't need to talk about, because if anybody says he should stay, I challenge you to a cage fight, and we'll stream it next Tuesday night.
Next question.
I actually kind of want to say yes now.
You got to come here, though. I'm not flying to Philly again.
Damn.
Birds of the Round Table cage match between me and Ryan.
What will we do in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I mean, more tailgating, I guess.
Come in like April, May, we can watch some tornadoes. It'll be a big time. It's a lot of fun. So, okay. Let's go to tight end. We've got Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's obviously staying.
Obvious.
Right.
Obvious.
Is there anything we need to talk about with Goedert?
No.
Stay healthy.
Okay. Stay healthy. Yeah. Jack Stoll, tight end 2, outsnapped Grant Calcaterra by quite a bit, was their main blocker. Ryan, you had a big reaction. Let's start with you.
Listen, I have been clamoring for a tight end 2 for, I feel like, every year. It's almost like, right after linebacker, I go right to tight end 2. And listen, Jack Stoll's a fine blocker, but just like Kenny Gainwell, I don't want just a blocker. That's all Kenny Gainwell is to me. That's the only reason why he's on this damn team, is because he's good in pass protection, which is necessary. But there are players that can do a lot more than just that. And I need something more out of my tight end too. I need an offensive weapon who can also block a little. That would be nice. So get out of here, Stoll, you and your hair.
All right. Mike chimes in and says he played softball in Lawton, Oklahoma on Fort Sill. I can look out the window of my room and I can see Fort Sill. They were practicing artillery today. They shook my windows. It was a good time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That's
literally
crazy.
like my yard touches the road. The other side of the road is Fort Sill. So I could see artillery out my window this morning.
Nice.
So you get used to the windows rattling after a while. Another comment asked if we're excited for Jalen and Kellen Moore's new offense.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Agreed with Gainwell, only showed blocking, nothing else, no heart coming in off of Twitter. Maybe he'll get some more. I was excited a little bit for him coming into this year because of what he showed in the playoffs last year, but it just never really developed this year. So, okay. Jack Stoll, Ryan says, get him out of here. David, Jack Stoll, stay or go?
Gone. Same reasons.
Yeah.
I've seen enough.
Because he sucks.
All right. Dibes?
I agree. It's time to move on. That's what I want them to do. What I expect them to do. He'll be back.
Yeah, sadly.
I do. But ultimately, I think there's some fun projects in like developmental guys in this draft. I would love to see them get one of those guys in that day 3 area. But yeah, I want them to move on, but I just have a feeling he's coming back.
Yeah, Jack Stoll is going to be on this football team, and we're going to complain about it, but he's going to be here. Okay. I mean, the only guy we really need to talk about on the starting offensive line is Jason Kelce, because Jordan Mailata is staying. Landon Dickerson's staying. He's going to get extended. Cam Jurgens is staying. Lane Johnson's not going anywhere. Somebody tell Howie that so he doesn't draft a right tackle in the first round. But Jason Kelce is an interesting one. When the season, I just kind of assumed this was Kelce's last season. Like watching the Kelce documentary, I sort of assumed like, he talked to the family and was like, I'm going to give it one last go. And so when the news broke after they lost to the Buccaneers that he was retiring, I was like, that fits. And then he said he didn't say that. And the longer it goes, the more I feel like he might be coming back. I wonder if it was sort of a decided, like, I'm done. And then the way the season ended, he just can't go out that way. I really don't know. But the longer it goes, the more likely I think it is that Jason Kelce comes back. Dibes, what do you think?
I think you're right. And I hope it's not something that, gets drawn out for too long. Like, if I want Kelce to make a decision that way, Jurgens can get and start busting his ass to be the new center of this team for the next 10 years. It's just something that we need clear communication between Kelce and the Eagles front office. So my gut feeling is he does come back. And I have a hot take. It might not be for the best. It might be time, just like a lot of these positions on the Eagles, they have to get younger and they have to play the young guys and they have to develop guys. So I hate saying that, but I think it's the truth. And for me, I think he stays.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, this one's tough and Dives, kind of like you. I thought about it from kind of almost the anti Philly position here. I mean, honestly, what is he going to be making this year if he does come back? I mean, he made a little over 14 million last year. That's money that could be well spent elsewhere, honestly. And as much as we all love Jason Kelce, we have the guy, if we want it, to take over. So honestly, my gut says he retires. So I'm going to say he's out of here, kick Jurgens inside, give Steen the opportunity or maybe draft a guy. But yeah, I say Kelce's retiring.
It looks like I have not studied this contract. I'm just looking at it now, but it looks like his cap hit for 2024 would be $10.2 million. He has $27 million in dead cap. So if he retires, I'm unsure how that works with retirement. I'm unsure if that spreads it out over 2 years or 1 year, but I know that will collapse. So the Eagles would definitely be in worse cap situation if he retires than if he plays another year.
Really?
So yeah, he's got a lot of void years on that contract.
How does he have dead money when he signed a 1-year deal last year?
Because it wasn't structured as a 1-year deal. It had dummy years.
Yeah, it was structured as a 5-year deal.
Yeah. Same as Bradbury's. They add 4 years to his 1-year deal in 2022, and they added 4 years to his 3-year deal this past season. His deal is actually 7 years.
So, okay, well, I understand why you would do that, but like knowing the fact that he very may well retire the following year, why would you add 4 or 5 years, dummy years onto a contract that you know you're just going to get knocked over the head?
Because Howie doesn't care about dead cap space. He leads the league in dead cap space with about $60 million a year.
Oh my God, help us!
Yeah, I would have to dig into it a little bit more and see what exactly.
They can designate them as like a post June 1st cut, but you only get 2 of those, and you can spread it out further. But
yeah,
but the real issue is that the Eagles are going to be a lot tighter to the cap in 25 than 24, so you'd actually rather eat that cap this year if you had to.
Yeah, depend as it stands now, just depending on the extensions they do, because they can push Devontae's cap hit, Landon's cap hit. You can push a lot of them further down the road, and he will. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, I think they have the ability to create almost $40 million in cap relief just by restructuring and extending and whatnot. So
for this season, but yeah,
for this season, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right, David. Did I get your stay or go on Kelsey?
No, I think that he could stay and play and be an All-Pro again. I think he's playing at a high level, but I do think he's retiring.
All right. So that's kind of a good lead into our mock drafts, because we're going to address some different scenarios here in our mock drafts. Unless you guys want to talk about LaRaven Clark or Lessida Smith or Jason Poe, are you guys good on?
I think the
Calcaterra.
Yes.
Jack Driscoll could be a guy to watch on the way out, because we're going to get into this mock draft, and do they have a serviceable backup tackle? I don't know.
I think they'll bring Driscoll back.
You think so?
I think they're going to draft an offensive tackle in the first round to be a backup, so they don't have to worry about that.
Oh my God! Don't put that out in the universe, for the love of God.
Oh, it's been out in the universe. So,
Peter asked, "Do you think he retires and the Eagles go after Jackson Powers Johnson?" Peter, we're going to get to that in just a sec. Are we upset either way? I think the offense is in good shape, but I do think they could get younger in some key positions.
Is this LaRaven Clark?
Yeah,
I hope not.
Think you go 4th, 5th round. I think there's going to be some fun options in that like late day 2, day 3 area for sure.
Yes.
And
Braylon Allen.
Yeah. So let's get this party started, man.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we are going to dive in. We're going to do some different mock draft scenarios. So each of us were assigned a different scenario for this draft. Who wants to go first? I mean, we just got the Jackson Powers Johnson question, so I feel like David's got to go first. So,
okay, what scenario did David get?
So David's scenario is to maximize the offense. This is going to be a very offense-focused draft. I'm assuming that means every pick will be offense, but your mileage may vary. So we're going to do a 4-round mock draft. We will spin it up here. David is going to be attempting to build the best offense he can through the first 4 rounds of the draft. So let's hit start and let's go. And I already know David's disappointed because Jackson Powers Johnson came off the board at 18 to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Let's go, Bengals.
This is all y'all's fault.
Oh man, that's the best.
I think this is David's first live mock draft. I'm excited to see his reaction with this.
All right.
Well,
I filtered out all the defensive players, so here's what's on the board for you.
Well, that threw a monkey wrench in my
quarterback.
No.
Do it.
I just want to say I just want to
17
say
to
there is
Oregon.
almost a 0% chance Jaden Daniels is there at number 22.
Also very true.
Yeah,
I'm pivoting to wide receiver from Oregon, Troy Franklin.
Oh,
All right, so Troy Franklin in the first round. Get the Eagles a playmaking option at wide receiver 3, and you're back on the clock at 50, and all my filters went away, so I'm going to have to reselect them.
By the way, we're doing one trade, right? We're allowed one trade?
Yes, you can make one trade.
oh, it's rough.
Is this what I have left now?
Yes. You're on the clock at 50.
Good grief. Go to interior offensive lineman, please. For 100.
Ooh, rich mahogany.
Even Zach Frazier's gone.
Yeah, no.
Cooper Beebe's really good.
Yep, that's my pick. Cooper Beebe.
All right.
I don't know why he's so low rated for people.
Yeah, that's bogus, man. He's like a
He's-
top 3, top 5 guard in this draft.
He'll be a second round pick. There's very little out of that. Yeah, can't get a center, so Juergens is now the center, and we have a mean mauling guard.
All right, so you are back on the clock at 54. You've got 54 and 97 left.
God, this is bad. This is not good.
Oh man,
Who's the best tight end left? There's like
probably missed on Sanders, right? Yeah.
Ben Sinnott is also far too low in this draft.
Oh my God,
In the simulator. I like take him in the 5th round every time I do a mock draft.
Yeah.
So I have 2 picks left. Go to wide receivers, please.
Ooh.
Oh, double up.
Yeah, maybe. They're just
Xavier Legette.
Oh my God, how is he that low rated?
and then let me see the running backs, and then I'll be done.
Some
No,
good
lots of
ones
choices.
there too.
I do respect PFF for being high on Jalen Wright. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Xavier Leggett.
All right.
What a great pick.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm letting Devontae Smith leave, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here.
He's
Ah,
perfect.
he's saying we're just gonna
He's
load
perfect
up on
number
weapons,
one.
baby. Franklin and
We're gonna run a lot of 10 personnel when Dallas
Yeah.
Goedert gets hurt.
Yeah.
All right, so you've taken 2 wide receivers
Ugh.
and a guard. You got 1 pick left here, compensatory pick at the end of the 3rd round.
Is Audric still available?
He is.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, wow, he's really low rated too.
And that is my super offense.
All right, there is David's super offense. Troy Franklin at 22, Cooper Beebe at 50, Xavier Legette at 54, and Audric Estime at 97.
I like
so
it.
this is the maximize the offense.
I literally
scenario for
planned
David.
out my draft, and none of those 4 were on it. But yeah.
Well, while we're on the topic, what was your planned draft?
Jackson Powers Johnson was going to be at number 22. Number 50 was a tight end. What is his name? Sanders.
Oh, JT Sanders, love him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And number 54 was Malachi Corley.
Oh,
Nice.
And then my running back was either Audric, Benson, or Irving at 97, whoever was available.
Yeah,
So,
those are great picks.
All right. Yeah, I do like your plan better than how it ended up turning out.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that was David's scenario. Oh, I guess we can react to this.
Trash.
I
Dives.
concur.
I like this draft. I'm good with this.
Oh,
Dives, grade this mock draft.
I mean, in terms of what the Eagles need and things like that, of course, that's a different conversation. But I really am high on a lot of these guys. I love Troy Franklin. I love Xavier Legette. I love Audric Estime. I think I have Legette as a top 20 prospect. I have Estime as my number 1 running back. I have Troy Franklin, a 1st round pick. And Cooper Beebe is a big time interior.
Yeah, I really do like it.
So, listen, this is not the way I would go, obviously, if I was Howie Roseman, obviously. But for real, it's a good draft.
Yeah.
All right.
I think PFF really effed up on some of these ratings. Franklin over Corley is criminal negligence? No.
Franklin's a better player than Malachi Corley, but I do like.
And you can even say, you could have went Brian Thomas there. But whoever said that it was a trash mock also said Cade Stover was his tight end too. So that tells me everything I need to know.
To be very Ryan's team JT Sanders. He's been
all the way. JT Sanders.
A long time. We've been doing this.
He is my ultimate tight end too for this team.
Eagles will draft a center in the first round. There's only one, and if he's gone, they most definitely will not.
The Bengals come in and scoop him up.
All right, so let's get to our second mock draft scenario, and you guys keep the comments coming here and roast Ryan as he does his rebuilding the defense mock draft. So Ryan is now Howie Roseman. Jeffrey Lurie has said, Ryan, Howie, excuse me, you're not allowed to draft offensive players. I want this defense fixed. Let's see what you can come up with.
All right. So just I think I
put that on fast. What are we doing?
Did I? Oh, my bad. Hold on. No, I guess not. Well, I already did it. So.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Oh, hey, look who's here.
Of course.
Look who's here.
I bet Jackson Powers Johnson will be on the board for all of the rest of us.
So my focus was DBs and linebackers, naturally, because that's what we're needing the most. So, so you say I have one trade back, huh?
You do,
one
yes.
trade. Oh man,
got a lot of trade offers.
Oh yeah, I do. What's that? Let me just see who's left here. I feel like all the corners that I really wanted.
I did not shake out well for a round one corner for you.
Nah, that's for sure. Hence
what you get.
That's what you get for laughing at David.
Oh man. Where do I not see? Oh my God! What?
You're looking
for
this?
What is this? Cameron Kitchens ranked 80th. Come on, Jesus.
He was in the 50s last week.
Yeah. What is going on here? All right. Well, I'm gonna trade back because why not?
Cop out.
Now listen, you could have done it. Let's see. I'll throw there. You go. Boom.
He's really gonna make us watch this slow thing.
I know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to speed it up without ruining everything.
All right, so you trade back to 32. You have no more trades. Who are you taking with the last pick of the first round?
All right. Well, considering all of my whatchamacallit, all of my corners that I really wanted in the first round are gone. I'm gonna take my number one safety, and that's Cameron Kitchens. F that 80 ranked BS. So
is that the first safety ever taken in the first round by the Philadelphia Eagles? I think it is.
Might be.
Oh, damn it.
Howie won't let you do it. Howie says you are not allowed to draft JT Sanders. He wants the number one defense in the league.
I love Cameron Kitchens, but I would really think about Kamari Lassiter in that situation.
Yeah, listen, I thought about it. He's certainly somebody that I think I have high rated, but again, I think my
1980. I love it.
According to Twitter, the Eagles took a safety in the first round in 1980.
Say, there you go. It's happened before. Why not? None of our lifetimes, but whatever.
You weren't alive in 1980, Ryan?
I surprisingly was not. No.
Roynell Young. It just says defensive back.
He was a corner. I sadly was alive in 1980.
Oh, well, there you go. Wow.
Yeah, it says he played per Pro Football Reference. He played cornerback for the Eagles.
Yeah, he was a corner. He was on the Super Bowl team in 1980 against the Raiders.
Okay. How about that? All right. Well, listen. There's a lot of safeties here that I like.
Can you just take one?
Yeah,
You already got Kinchen.
So what? We need another one. I don't want what's his face seeing the field.
I'm gonna take a 30-minute nap.
All right, fine. I'll speed this up. I'll take Trotter because I don't want to risk him not being there at 54.
Okay, Twitter said they took a DB in 79 as well. Maybe it was that one. Looks like 79 was a linebacker in the first round, which seems even more unlikely.
I feel like everybody knows that.
That's their last linebacker they took in the first round.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 79.
Outside linebacker, not like Nolan Smith outside linebacker, but yeah, non-edge linebacker.
I feel like the lesson that we're going to learn from this is that you never pigeonhole yourself into needing to draft a specific position.
Well,
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
that's the thing people should learn from this mock draft scenarios.
Yeah. I'm going to take Javon Bullard, another safety, double up on the position, considering that, I'm only allowed to draft D-backs. But I did pick up the 64th pick. So I'm hoping, damn it. Sanderson.
You can draft other defensive players too.
Oh, can I? Oh. Well, I didn't know that. I thought I could only draft D-backs then I'm taking Brandon Trice right here. Let's go.
Yeah, yours is rebuilding the defense, which is mostly going to be.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, I always thought it was just D-backs and linebackers, but
yes.
all right. I'll gladly take some D-line.
Pro Football Reference lists Jerry Robinson as a linebacker.
Yeah, 79.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Maybe he was like a safety to linebacker convert. I don't know.
Yeah, he was a linebacker.
Yeah, he was a linebacker.
Yeah, I really don't think they've ever drafted a safety in the first round. Take Andrew Phillips, guy's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is good.
Techie Smith is nice too. I like Techie Smith.
Oh.
Max Melton.
All those guys are really good slot defenders.
James.
I take Max Melton at 97 in a lot of mock drafts.
Yeah, I've seen him there too as well. I do like him. Man. Yeah, I think I'll go Max Melton.
Peter on YouTube says he wasn't a very good linebacker, very slow from what I remember. Peter, my question to you is, was he slower than Ryan is making mock drafts?
All right, well that's it for me, right? I'm all done.
No, we have to wait 5 minutes to get to pick one.
Right, yeah, all right.
So I'm going to go ahead and grade Ryan's mock before it's finished and give it 2 thumbs down.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
That's messed up. Oh, wait, I do have another pick. I forgot. Son of a B. I'll go with where was he? DJ James, another corner.
All right, so with Ryan's mock draft, he took Cameron Kinchens in the first round, Trotter Jr. and Javon Bullard and Braylon Trice in the second round, and then in the third round he got Max Melton and DJ James. Dibes, what do you think about this one?
I love the first 4 picks are A pluses. Well, Even though I mean I don't know if Edgerrin Cooper was available.
He wasn't at 50.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
would trust me. I would have taken him over Trotter, even though I know nobody believes me.
Love Javon Bullard, and I love Braylon Trice. Like, that guy was a first round player to me, and I do feel like PFF's big board has changed a lot over the last couple of weeks. But that's the nature of the draft season. So I give this a solid B+.
Trice is almost certainly going round 1, but we've been very wrong about that before. So there you go. That was Ryan's scenario. Now my scenario is going to be the one that everybody hates. It's building through the trenches. So maybe this is like the realistic one, the what would Howie do, but we're going to spin up a 4-round mock draft here, and we're going to build through the trenches. And dang it, the Bengals got Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get Jackson Powers Johnson so I could ask David to grade my draft because he would have loved it. Okay, so let me pull up here just the offensive and defensive line.
Dane's 100% going edge here.
Yeah, you kind of have to. The drop off is real.
Ooh.
I go Darius.
You would go what?
Darius Robinson.
You think?
I would.
I'm debating about going Graham Barton and kicking him inside.
Well, he is.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
That's how I have him ranked too. I have him as an IOL. I don't have him.
Yeah, 100% is.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Barton. He's going to be my right guard, and Cam Jurgens is going to center. So
yeah, he's a short pick.
I like it.
Barton is the first pick here. I wish it would keep your filters.
Right.
Okay. Braylon Trice is there. Edgerrin Cooper's he's pretty much an edge defender. I get to count him as an edge, right?
Outside linebacker, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, his name is literally Edge.
Oh, wow. Technicality.
So Edgerrin Cooper is going to be the pick at 50 here.
God, I hope that happens.
And then I feel like you don't need a whole lot more on the offensive line. You really are focusing on the defensive line, and Braylon Trice is way too good of a value at 54. So I'll take Braylon Trice at 54. So that gives me a guard. That gives me a linebacker and an edge rusher. Let's see what else we have on the defensive line. Leonard, I like Mason Smith too. Mason Smith is weird because, like, had he come out last year healthy, he probably would have been a first rounder, and then he just kind of tanked this year. I'll take Leonard Taylor though. Always beefing up the interior. Fletcher Cox. I think Fletcher Cox is going to end up being gone next year, so we'll take Leonard Taylor. And you see how quickly it's sped through my picks there.
All right. I get it.
So we get interior offensive line help at 22. In the second round, get Edgerrin Cooper and Braylon Trice to help out the pass rush, and then Leonard Taylor in the third round. David, I didn't get Jackson Powers Johnson, but I took a guard. What do you think of this draft?
If that was their draft, I would be ecstatic. That's an A. That is an awesome draft.
All right. Dives, Ryan, I don't care what you think now.
No, Leonard Taylor's film in 2022 is amazing. This year he had a drop off, wasn't great, but like talent-wise, there's a lot of untapped potential upside in Leonard Taylor, man. If it clicks, he's legit. But obviously, we already talked about the top three. They're studs.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Rudy Poo. Mr. Rudy Poo on YouTube's chiming in, says we're about to give up 400 yards passing, no corners.
I feel like he doesn't. He didn't.
O-line
He doesn't know.
I think he probably just joined the chat. So each of us was given a specific scenario to draft for. So mine was build through the trenches. Every player I drafted had to be a trench player. David had to rebuild the offense. Ryan had to rebuild the defense. And now Dibes gets the quote, Howie's on crack scenario, which pretty much means he can go wild and do whatever he wants. really, his is the only draft you can be critical of. The rest of us were very constrained in what we could do.
That's so true. I can do whatever I want.
Oh my God, we gave this to the wrong person.
All right, so this is the Howie was on crack draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. Here we go. I'm gonna hit start. I want to quickly look at who's available. Resume. Look at who's available. The Eagles are going to trade up here in this scenario at pick number 12. Let's see if the Broncos are going to entertain that. They will. They like that a lot.
They no longer like it.
They have stopped liking.
Weird. All right, hold on.
It's a lot to give up, though.
Hold up. Let him cook. Yeah, that's the pro move in mock drafts. Trade a pick next year that nobody cares about.
All right. The Eagles have traded up, and we're all excited. We're sitting here on draft night, me and the boys. Terry Arnold's there, and we're going to go nuts. Quinyon Mitchell's there, like just below Terrion. We'll be going nuts.
And then the Eagles are going to take Talisi Fuega.
But here we go. The Eagles are not going to pick any of those guys. He is going to go with J.C. Latham out of Alabama for their backup tackle for 2024.
Oh my God.
There are no words for how furious I will be if the Eagles trade future draft capital to take a tackle.
It's the Brandon Graham of 2024. All right. So this is the Howie is on crack draft. We're gonna.
Ryan has left the chat. Nope, he's back.
Sorry,
Vibes is about to pull him back in with a JT Sanders.
Yeah.
We will do exactly that. There's a lot of needs. We missed out on some corners and edge rushers and things like that. We will get ourselves a dynamic tight end to kind of be the replacement of Goddard down the road. So let's do that. So Sanders is now I'm back on the clock here. My bad.
If you want the real Howie on crack draft, this is the Michael Penix Jr. spot. Nobody loves to draft second-round quarterbacks more than the Eagles.
So get out of my head because it's not Michael Penix Jr. We're going to find a different type of quarterback. Howie always has his Penix is too old. He always has his eye 2-3 years down the road. We're going to go with a different quarterback. And it's Michael Pratt out of, I believe, Tulane. Michael Pratt is a processor. He's a game manager. He's a great passer, accurate downfield guy. So Eagles fans are going nuts right now. And we're like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? All right, so we're sitting here at pick number 97, our last choice here. Let me go through. We have not addressed the defense in any of these selections whatsoever. Maris Leofau is really nice. Kate Stover, we already got a tight end. Leonard Taylor, Audric Estime. I'm just going through these really quick. Yeah, it's got to be Mason Smith.
If the Eagles trade up for a tackle and then take a quarterback in the second round, I will fly back to Philly and stand outside the NovaCare with a trash can that has Howie's name on it.
You guys gave me this scenario.
You literally didn't draft a single starter.
You gave me this experiment, and I think I did it pretty well. All right, here we go. So the Howie is on crack draft is J.C. Latham in a trade up when he had all the best prospects available. Breaks our hearts with J.C. Latham, who is a really good tackle. I think I have him as a top 10 prospect. He's terrific. They follow that up with J.T. Sanders, a luxury pick. quite honestly. Michael Pratt is a pick for 3 or 4 years down the road. And then Mason Smith, a guy with tremendous upside. But they literally have Jordan Davis and, of course, Jalen Carter and Ojomo. And that is the Howie is on crack draft.
I think we should rename this the Howie is about to get assassinated. I don't think it would be safe for him to leave without a full armored car and a team of security.
Yeah, Dives took that a different way than I was thinking he was going to. I thought he was about to just like have 6 trades and end up with like.
We only have 1 trade. Believe me, I would have made more trades if we could do 1 more.
Oh, Jesus God.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Wouldn't that be like the craziest scenario where like we trade up and Terrion Arnold's there and I'm just.
That would be like the ultimate Howie draft because, like Ryan said, none of those guys are starters and nobody likes to draft guys that won't play as rookies more than Howie. So.
We have a comment here. The Howie on crack draft is probably the most.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't again. The less we put this out in the air, the less it becomes true.
All right.
My heart can't take this for real, honestly.
Yeah.
Live on air if that happens.
We will have some more realistic mock drafts. We wanted to try something different because we end up all drafting the same players, and so
we do.
We'll get David a draft where Jackson Powers Johnson's there at 22 at some point.
Those damn Bengals.
It'll be great. So
this was bad for my brand because half the people watching don't realize that we were constrained to do certain things. They just coming on here thinking that was our real ideas. This is just terrible.
Yeah, we definitely need to clip these and make sure we drive that home.
Yeah, I'm just going to clip Dibes explaining his draft. All right. Well, I think that is about going to do it here. Oh, one comment here from Mr. Rudy Poo asked if there's any traction to what that Carton guy said. I know he's a hater, but Hugh Douglas said he heard some of the rumors. I will say this. He went on FS1 today and said that basically, hold on. I'll read the quote, but he said he knows the quote real reason for the Eagles' collapse last season. Quote, it is a problem that would splinter any group of men. It is a real significant problem and it cannot be fixed. I will tell you that. I'm not going to say anything more about that. It will be very interesting to see if a high profile player will be with them next season.
Wow. Interesting.
That screams AJ Brown.
Yeah, it does.
And to me, that means there's more to it than just him being a regular diva. That means he like banged somebody's wife. You know, like that's the kind of level of like something that cannot be repaired. You know what I mean?
That reads to me like a guy that just wants to be in a headline because if he actually knew something, he would actually say it. I mean,
yes. First and foremost, you're absolutely right.
I'm telling you right now. I know the Powerball numbers for tomorrow night's drawing. That is all that I'm saying about it. But we can talk about it some more next Tuesday. That's my official take. I have no respect for people who report like that.
They were saying it was about women. Oh, look at me. I was right. Hey.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that. So anyways. All right. Let's throw it around the horn here. David, you're up first. Plug your stuff. Tell the people where they can find you and where they can go shout at you for your draft.
Yeah, please go to phillysportsnetwork.com and look at my real mock draft. It's posted. It's far more reasonable. It is way better than this exercise was. I believe everybody's mock that they've done. Ryan's done one. Dives does one every 22 minutes. I don't know if Shane has done one yet, but go check out everybody else's work, and we'll be back next week with something much better.
What David just said is
David basically do better.
Not up to our standards, and we're gonna get in the film room and we're gonna fix this. All right,
do a better job.
Do go check out his written work; it's very good. Give him a follow on Twitter at PHL Eagle News. Ryan, what do you got going on?
Yeah, listen, normal slate of shows Monday, 6 o'clock football smack talk show. 9:00, Party on Broad with this guy up there. And then, of course, make sure every Tuesday at 8:00 you set your clocks to watch this show, because we're always coming up with goofy, weird, fun things to do. But yeah, other than that, find me on X down here. And who knows when I'll pop up. I might be performing at your local Walmart before you know it.
You're sure not going to be performing as a GM. That's for sure. All right. Yeah. Be sure you check out Ryan's stuff as well at Philly Sports PSA. And like he said, just set that alarm every Tuesday. Who knows what we're going to be doing? Serious analysis during the season, but the off season, we get goofy. Last year, we drafted Eagles NFL Blitz teams. So we'll do all kinds of fun stuff throughout the offseason. If you guys have ideas, hit me up on Twitter. If you got a good Eagles theme thing you think it'd be a fun show, let me know, and maybe we can make it work out. So, Dives, tell the people where they can find your stuff.
Yeah, tune in next week when we compare Eagles roster players to Chick-fil-A menu items. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Right there if you want to, but I'm not big on X, but I've got 4 scouting reports dropping tomorrow. McKinley, Jackson, Gabe Hall, Braden Fisk, and Rook Arroyo out of Clemson. And that will wrap up my final position, literally, to make my top 10s. And I will have my final 2 top 10s on running back and defensive tackle dropping tomorrow. So go check that out. It's been a journey. We are less than a week away from the NFL Scouting Combine. So tons and tons of content coming out on that starting Monday.
All right. Be sure you follow Dives. Puts out so much draft content. I'm still trying to play catch up to him and Ryan on that. Cameron on X says, thanks for the entertainment, guys. Always good. You can give me a follow on Twitter at ShaneHalfNFL. I'm a little quieter these days. I'm in the middle of a home remodel that is making it tremendously difficult to work. And also the season's done. And I just kind of died and slept for 3 weeks. But anyways, I will have draft stuff starting to roll out. You can check out my podcast with Johnny Page on the BGN feed. Tomorrow we are recording an episode. We're going to talk about Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, kind of a season review and their contract situations and how the Eagles move forward there. We're going to tie in a little Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and sort of look ahead to what the Eagles defensive line is going to look like in 2024 and beyond. So check that one out. We've got 2 episodes out breaking down the Kellen Moore offense, 1 breaking down the Vic Fangio defense. So if you're still in a deep dive X's and O's mode, that's the place for you to go. That's where a lot of my stuff will be throughout this off season. So be sure you're following all of these guys. Lots of great content coming your way. We're going to keep doing shows every Tuesday night. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll do some goofy stuff. We'll do some serious stuff. But you guys turn on that subscribe button so you know when we go live. And other than that, that's all I've got. We will catch you guys next week for another episode of Birds of the Roundtable.